I'm Jenny from Adorable Papercuts, and a lot of you have asked me how to make a box frame from a standard deep frame. So what you'll need is a nice deep frame, giving you plenty of room to create a void, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a staple gun, a pencil, trusty blade because they always come in handy, an old blade that you finish with to make pilot holes. I use a 15A because they're nice and narrow, and some of this plain beading. I get mine from B&Q. So first of all, we'll need to make a frame to slot inside to create a space, which is what this is for. So we're going to take this, we're going to pop it inside to measure. We want to measure it from edge to edge and mark it with your pencil. So we're going to cut that there, and that will be the side piece. We need two of those, which I've cut already. So we're going to put one in each side, and then we need our shorter pieces. So we're going to take our long board again, pop it inside the frame, and we're going to mark it this time from the edge of your piece on this side to the edge of your piece on this side. I'm going to mark that there, and we will make two of those to create your top and bottom pieces. I'll just move this out the way. I've already cut those, so those should fit nicely inside the frame like this. Okay, so we'll take our four pieces, move this frame out of the way. So we need to remember that our short pieces fit inside our long pieces to create a spacer frame, and this is where our staple gun comes in. So we're going to take our staple gun and we're going to staple in between these all the way around all four pieces on both sides, which I've done already. Show you one of those. And we end up with a frame like this with staples on both sides of the frame. What I would suggest is to take your hammer and just make sure all those staples are nice and flat, just so that they don't stick up underneath your mount. I'm going to put that to one side for now. Now we're going to take our deep frame and our pliers, and we're going to remove all of these pins. Now you don't want to bend them if you can help it. Try and keep them as straight as possible, because as soon as you start bending them, that's when they weaken and you're going to struggle to hammer them back in. So we just give them a bit of a wiggle and a pull, and they should come out like so. I've already finished one of those. So I will take that, pop that there. Now with your glass and your back inside the frame, you want to take your spacer frame, pop that on the back, press it down on each edge, take a pencil. I can find my pencil. Well, we'll take a pencil anyway, and we want to draw a line above each piece, remembering to keep your back and your glass and everything else in the frame to create a guide for where our pins are going to go back into the frame. Take that out. We want to remove your glass and your back and put them to one side. Now, with your old 15A blade, you want to make some pilot holes. So where you've made your pencil marks, above where your pins were before, you want to make a new hole. Now you want it to go far enough in, as far in as it would with one of these. So I want this to be at least halfway in, so I know that I want that blade to be at least all of the sharp blade into the board to make sure the pilot hole is big enough. So we're going to take our hammer and we're going to hammer a pilot hole. This can be a bit fiddly and sometimes your blade may snap. Just get another one, it'll be fine. When you've got it as far in as you want it, so it's nice and tight and hard to get out, so just tap it very gently on each side to loosen it off and give it a wiggle. And there's your pilot hole. And I've done pilot holes all the way around for where the pins are going to be placed now. So then we take our pins, make sure they're nice and flat, so we're going to hammer them on both sides. We're going to take our pins and we're going to start replacing them in the frame. So very gently, because they will bend if you're not delicate with this. Tap them back in. Don't worry about it being too perfect. Put my pins in all the way around into the new positions. And now we've just got to assemble the frame, so we can bend all our pins up as we would in a normal frame. Bend them all up. You want to take your glass. Oh, missed a pin. Now this is a B&Q frame, but it works with any deep frame. And then our mounts, which we'll pretend there's a cut on there, shall we? Because we haven't got one prepared. And we put our spacer frame, which might be a bit of a squeeze over the pins, but it will go in. Push all the pins out of the way. All the way round. There we go. And then we'll pretend this is our backing paper. Put that in there. And pop the back on. And you should be left with a nice neat back. And a nice void to create shadows in your frame. So that's how I convert my deep frames into box frames.